Peace be upon you and God's mercy and blessings. Today, we will talk about how images are stored on the hard drive of the radiology machine. This means that if you have this image, it occupies a certain amount of space on your hard drive that is located on the server or on the radiology machine. If you have, for example, a radiology machine with a hard drive of 1 terabyte or 500 gigabytes, you might want to know how much space it can hold or how many images it can store in order to delete these images, or even to help you choose the specifications of your machine. I know that any image in the world, whether it's an X-ray or a grayscale image, consists of pixels. Each pixel, as we mentioned before, contains a certain number of bits. We previously talked about these bits, which are the binary format of your signal. So, the number of bits present in each pixel is crucial. It tells you how many values each pixel can represent from your grayscale. As we discussed before, if I have 2 bits, the number of values that this pixel can take is 2 raised to the power of the number of bits, which means 2 squared equals 4. This means 2 raised to the power of 2 equals 4. So the number of values that your pixel can contain is 4 values, or 4 configurations in binary format. The binary format consists of 0 and 1, and there are 4 configurations that can be represented in binary format, which means 4 values. The more the number of bits increases, the more values the pixel can contain. For example, if we say 8 bits like in a regular image, then 2 to the power of 8 means I have 256 values, which are in your grayscale from white to black. All right. Why are you saying this part or this information? I want to see how much space this image will occupy when I store it on my hard drive. So, how do I calculate this? The first thing you need to calculate is the size of your image. What is your matrix size? 512 x 512. The second thing you need to calculate is how many bits each pixel has, or the number of bits per pixel. Let's assume I have 8 bits, which is 1 byte, since every 8 bits equal 1 byte. So, I have 1 byte. Now, if I want to see how much space a single image will occupy, I need to determine the size of that single image. It is the product of the matrix size by the number of bits, a matrix size of 512 by 512. Here, if I express it in bytes, 1 byte equals, here we will say, if I express it in bytes, meaning 1 byte,
$262, 44. 262,144 bytes. If you want to convert it to kilobytes, you would divide this value by 1000, which equals 262.144 kilobytes. So this image has a size of 262 kilobytes. Your image from the scene has a size of 262 kilobytes. For a single image solution, if you prefer, for example, 500 opportunities, then the area would simply be 500 for a single image, which is 262 bytes, assuming it is 262 opportunities. The size of the object or entity in question is a crucial aspect that can significantly impact its functionality, usability, and overall effectiveness. Understanding the dimensions and scale of this item is essential for determining how it fits within a particular space or system. This knowledge allows for better planning and decision-making, ensuring that the object serves its intended purpose efficiently and effectively. Of course, this is in kilobytes. If I want to convert it from megabytes, then 500 images have a size of 131 megabytes. This means that the size of 500 images is 131 megabytes. Now, if I have a hard drive, which I have as a device, I want to know how many images can be stored comfortably in 50 gigabytes. If each image is approximately 131 megabytes, can these 50 gigabyte storage units accommodate them easily? It's like dividing this total capacity by exactly 131. Since 130 is the average, that's the average number for your studio. But don't forget to convert from gigabyte to megabyte, or from megabyte to gigabyte, to keep your units consistent. So yes, this is the megabyte count. I hope you will continue to achieve the topic. We see that we will continue to achieve the topic. "50 divided by 1 equals approximately 282, which means the population is 282. They had 82 residents, with an average of 500 images, each image taken at 512 bytes and 512 pixels. 50 gigabytes can store approximately 382 images, or 382 cases in total. So let's go back and talk about how I calculated it in simple terms. All we need from you is just a moment of your time. The matrix is under, so we will say we are not. 1 byte, we are 2 bytes. In 2 different scenarios, I give you the size of an image in the format of 5 and 2, which is a common format, 5 and 2, 5 and 2. In 2 different scenarios, this equals to a total of 514,000 bytes, which is the calculated size of the image. 524.10 kilobytes, 500 kilobytes. This is the size of the volume. This is the size of one image. And I have 500 images from the friend, so I have the volume of the friend. The size of one friend is then substituted as 524.20 multiplied by 500. It remains 262,000 megabytes, which will be in kilobytes. If you divide it by 1,000, it will be 262,110 megabytes. So 262,110 megabytes is the total size of the strategy. You have a 50 gigabyte hard drive, and you want to know how much space will be left after storing a certain amount of data. You divide 50 by 60.1 and then multiply 50 by 1000. To convert it to megabytes, you divide the megabytes by 60.1 and then by 1000 to convert it to gigabytes, which is 50 divided by 0.2621. There are roughly around 191 images left. Last time we were working with just 1 byte of data. However, this time around we are working in total with a total of 2 bytes. As a result, you will find that the overall size of your images should noticeably reduce in size. So, based on what you have, you can start estimating how much your hard drive can hold in terms of the number of studies you perform on your device, whether it's CT, MRI, or any imaging modality. You can determine exactly how much this hard drive can accommodate and choose the appropriate hard disk capacity to help store the maximum number of images possible.